my name's John. I'm a technician demonstrator on model making. I'm going to do a quick run through of 3D Studio Max and how you can get started using it. It's a free bit of software for all students, so you can download it from the Autodesk website and then you're able to use a lot of their other software as well. So this is 3D Studio Max. It looks far more complicated than it is. So we have some different windows where your objects will appear. The important things when you first get started, we have selection tools up in the top here. So I'm just going to click on one of them for now. And then in our right hand side, we have our objects that we can start to create. So I'm just going to create a simple object by clicking on the sphere, and it's just left click and drag and it creates your object. Once you've created any object, you can go along the panels along the side here to modify them and adjust them. So the further to the right you get, the more complex the functions are. So when you're starting out, you can actually stay just in the first two sections here. So I've got my sphere and I'm going to select the modifier list and I'm going to choose one of the modifiers that is in here. So I'm going to go down the list. There is a long list of different modifiers. You can do pretty much anything to any object. So let's go for stretch, and once selecting this modifier I can adjust and stretch and play around with the object. Within these modifiers you can manipulate lots of different items as well, so you can change their shapes and everything. If you want to play around with animation in here, it's really nice and quick. So we have along the bottom a time slider that we can move up and down to any position. We then have something called the auto key, which is a record button. If I click on this and then adjust what our object does in any of its settings and then switch it off, taking it back to the beginning of the time slider and pressing play, let's put it onto that window there, it will fill in the animation and change the object and things like that. You can add lots of different items here just in our create panel. We have lots of standard primitives, so things like boxes, spheres and cylinders. We also have different lighting, so you can play around with all sorts of lighting to light objects. We also have virtual cameras, so you can put virtual cameras in there to be able to film and record all your objects. Tutorials for 3D Max are full on YouTube, also on the Autodesk website. It looks complicated, but it is actually a really fun program to kind of jump into, and you can create things really quickly without any knowledge.